morning, you're watching FloorDaily.net, and I'm Ken Parr. I'm at Surface's first day of the show, and I'm with Thomas Baert, the president of CFL. Thomas, how you doing?
Doing great, Kemp. Glad to see you alive and kicking.
Yeah, it's good to be here. We did a focus on leadership on you last year about this same time. If anybody's interested to see a little bit more about Thomas, you're, I got to say, Thomas, that you're almost a scientist here, or at least the people who work for you are, because you are one of the biggest innovators in the business.
Well, I definitely not me. To be very clear, it's the whole team that is. There's a whole team behind this. We have an incredible team. We believe that the flooring industry can only do well if everybody can make money.
Yeah.
And how to make, if everybody, the only way this can be done is that we find enough margin for the whole supply chain. And this can only be done through innovation, not through copying of other people.
Yeah, that's right. So we should probably go through, I mean, if you go back to Tenacity, several years ago, you launched that product. It was a hybrid. It was a laminate with an LVT core, and then now, Atroguard is what we're going to talk about in just a minute. But you've B-Light is a innovation you've come up with. So I mean, it's in every direction, right?
Yeah, it's and I think it's so exciting. If everybody would know what we're all working on. I mean, I have to be careful because I have to hide my excitements. I have to the excitement that is still coming to the market. And of course, this show is an amazing time. We're 2023, 10 years after we launched water-resistant laminates, and finally, there's a solution for what everybody has been complaining about in this laminate flooring market. And it's an honor. It's an honor to be presenting that to the market. It's an honor to explain it to a customer. You actually just have to show it. And hearing is believing.
Yeah. So let's get right into that. You're talking about Atroguard. You're talking about the laminate flooring category, which had this Achilles heel. I mean, it had a hollow sound when you walked on it, and people would put different backings on it, and that would maybe help a little bit. But you've come up with sound deadener that's built into the middle of it, right?
Correct. So it is totally new technology, which is patented. So it's not just in a normal press. It's not possible to make by a big manufacturer. The biggest producers in laminate flooring are not going to be able to jump on that. So it's truly made for retail, done through a multi-layer category, and basically the sound is going back to a soft floor basically.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you've eliminated that problem, and let's think about it for a second. You're talking about where laminate's used. I mean, it's also used in multifamily, so it's going to help there with the transfer from one floor to the other, right?
Exactly, that's one of the features, and what we forget is that laminate is still a great product because laminate is extremely scratch resistant. I mean, I'm excited about SPC and the whole category, don't get me wrong, but I do believe that in certain applications, people very much care about the strength, the scratch of the surface, and that's what laminate still has. So basically what we did in 2023 was to make a superior HDF, which allows the product to be installed in much bigger areas without transition moldings. It made it water resistant, waterproof, but now the next most important feature to resolve was actually the sound, and here we have it.
Okay, so you've done that. You've also been working on gloss level, right? Tell us about that.
Well, gloss level is done, when you think about gloss, everybody talks about, look at my gloss, low gloss, because they like the Scandinavian looks. And the gloss level is actually done by most people by adding a matting agent in their coating. They just change something to the coating. Mm-hmm. But for the people who are here on our booth in Surfaces, can see that, yes, you can make low gloss through an improvement of the coating, but that's not going to resolve the issue, because if you look at the product from a different angle, from a window, you see a massive difference in the gloss level just because of the shine that the window is actually having on the product. So there we have a new technology patented through I4F that we are able to show a gloss that is 100% consistent, even from different angles.
Okay, you got that. You also got B-Light, which you're dematerializing. Now you can make a floor and use less material, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, let's face it. I mean, we all have a sustainability obligation and a desire, so we should use less material. That number one. Secondly, we want to make it more easy for our customers. Lifting these heavy planks boxes is tough for an installer. So you can help an installer, so you can do more loading in a container, so it makes all the sense of the world. And that resulted in that patent of less material in the products that that i4F is licensing through the B-Light.
Okay, another patent. And then you also got PVC free to talk about, right?
PVC free, yeah, PVC free is nice, and a lot of people talk about sustainability, but at the end of the day, a consumer wants to have a price competitive product, something they can afford. It doesn't make sense to bring a sustainable product to the market that is nice, but that people cannot afford. So here we are, engineered mineral core, a new product again, new core, PVC free, still very scratch resistant and affordable.
Okay, so we should have started this way, but just to explain to our listeners a little bit about CFL, you've got factories in China, you've got them in Vietnam, you've got them in Taiwan, and you've got a nice new one in Calhoun, Georgia, right?
Well, we are excited about bringing jobs back to the United States. We're proud of this country, we love this country. And we think that as a manufacturer, to be able to manufacture different type of products, you need facilities with different characteristics. So we still believe in a global world. We will bring more and more production back to the United States. That's clear. We will still produce products in Asia. So we think that we need to expand the global footprint for production in order to be able to meet all the demand that the customers have.
So to make it affordable here, you have to automate a lot of the processes. I was watching your video in the other space of your booth here, and that's what you've been doing, right? Automating?
Automation is key in this country, and that is great, but that also limits the amount of things you can do. So we all like specialty products, but sometimes specialty products cannot afford the automation. So that's again why we have to play with making products in different places in the world.
Yeah, okay. So we're in 23, obviously everybody who listens to the news knows a little bit that we're going to have a little bit of a maybe slowdown in demand. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, it's not a secret. The last quarter of 2022 was not a great time. I mean, we did not expect that. We thought the world would continue to grow. We were prepared for that. We had all the people lined up. We have the investments, and all of a sudden, after COVID, we see a massive reduction in business. But I think we're optimistic, not just for the sake of being optimistic. We see that the market is coming back, and that the new products we bring to market is exactly what the market needs, and so I think 2023 will be a pretty good year.
Mm-hmm. So you said you were at Domatex, you're at this show. How are we doing here at this show?
It's busy. I think everybody's back. I think everybody knows taking planes here, they were all stuck. There were a lot of challenges to get here. Yeah. Taxi was lining up at Las Vegas airport, so I think we're back to normal, and I think everybody's happy with that, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, Thomas, great to spend time with you. Again, been talking to Thomas Baert, the president of CFL, and you've been watching Kempar and FloorDaily.net.